on, guys? So for essentially the last 16 months, so since February of 2016, I've been dieting. I am pumped because I'm finally going to enter into a lean gaining phase. I've actually taken this entire week off of training completely. I'm going to make a video or some type of article on why I did that, and as soon as that's done, I will go ahead and link that in the description box below. With all that said, let's get into the setup of the diet.
Alright, so here is the first phase of the diet setup. So my caloric intake will be somewhere between 2,800 and 31 calories per day. I really wanted to give myself some flexibility, so on the days I'm not that hungry, I can eat less. On the days I'm hungrier, I can eat more, and where those calories are actually coming from, whether some days are a bit higher fat, some days are a bit higher carbs. And then you'll notice in terms of protein, just because of how long I've been doing this and the way I habitually eat, I definitely don't undereat protein. If anything, I eat way more. I eat plenty of protein. So instead of focusing on giving myself a gram target, I know I will get enough protein during the day. So instead, I'm just going to focus on getting a certain amount of protein feedings, which is just the number of times I consume a bolus of protein during the day. So somewhere between 3 to 5, with a goal being 4. And that's just to maximize any theoretical benefits to stimulating muscle protein synthesis. And then another thing that's going to help me get into this calorie surplus so I can start this lean gaining phase is I'm just going to reduce my quote-unquote cardio. I'm really not doing a lot of cardio right now. It's really just walks in the morning, but it was to the point where I do really enjoy them because I learn a lot as I'm doing them. So it's like it was to the point where I was doing so much and they were getting so prolonged that my legs were actually getting some accumulated fatigue. So really it's just going to be shortening up those morning walks. And then my main goals for this first phase is just increased performance in the gym, so strength and size gains, with my primary focus being on muscular hypertrophy or size gains. I've actually, even though I've been dieting or been maintaining this body weight of mid 160s, lower 160s, somewhere for the last 16 months, I've actually held on to strength and increased strength along the way. So it's like my strength has been there, but regardless of how good my training programming is, regardless of where my protein intake's at, or how precise I get with my timing and all this different stuff, it's just being in a deficit for so long, regardless of how on point everything else is still catabolic, and over time you just get this kind of slow decrement of muscle mass. So really, this is to kind of help regain some of that little bit of lost size that's just happened over this last year, just from dieting down for all those photo shoots, competitions, stuff like that. So my rate of gain, I'm looking at about 1/3 of a pound per week. So you see, it's not aggressive at all. So maybe about a pound and a half per month. So I'm currently sitting at about 165, 166. So by the end of this first phase, looking to be about 170. I have this first phase structured out for 12 weeks, and then I'm going to reassess it. This could shift depending on modeling, but as of right now, I'm looking at 12 weeks and then reassessing as to where I want to go from there. I'm hoping that because the rate of gain is so slow that I'm able to really limit the amount of fat gain, stay pretty lean, and that way maybe even able to extend this gaining phase and keep going on past that. How I'm going to monitor to make sure I'm gaining 1/3 of a pound per week, or to make sure that what I'm putting on is lean mass, I'm not putting on too much fat and things like that, is just visual checks and then daily weigh-ins and looking at weekly averages. I've actually made a video about this in the past, and I will also go ahead and link that in the description box below. That's pretty much it in terms of my nutritional setup for phase 1 of this lean gaining phase. It's super simple, it's very flexible, very dynamic. It really lets me tune into my body and how I'm feeling on a day-to-day basis based on recovery, energy, strength levels, and all that different stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.